Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and I have a lot of comments every time, especially I talk about antivirus. It's always a little controversy on to, oh, well, no, this is better, you're wrong, this is, and, oh, you need a third-party antivirus, you don't, that Windows security is bad, and of course, this is where you see that there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of things out there that people believe profoundly that are not the reality of what it is. Part of it, I've seen it with my own tech jobs. Part of it is people don't feel they have the knowledge and that they should trust themselves using a PC without having, big gun security on it. There's also the other side of, and that is also something a lot of people believe in. When something goes wrong on your PC, there's an error message, a blue screen, anything. The first thing that people will actually tell you, and as a tech guy, it's the number one thing people told me. Oh, I think I got a virus. My computer is behaving bad. I got a virus because it's crashing. Got a virus because it does this or that. People immediately jumped on the, I think I got a virus because, it's Windows. When in fact, it's not 99% of the time. And, when it is, people did something. And they know they did something. I haven't seen anyone get a virus on their PC and not know that they actually did something they shouldn't have done. Whether it's clicking on an email attachment that they know was bizarre, but they still clicked on it. And they had a doubt. Or, a lot of the computers I had to clean were computers that people were downloading illegal software, illegal movies, stuff like that. Got lured into clicking something because they went to this, click here and you'll have that instant new player that plays every movie that you have in the movie theaters right now. Things like that. It's the lure of trying not to pay for something and I'll get it for free on my PC thanks to that thing that I clicked. And of course, malware, ransomware, and so on. And so, of course, with that came the industry of the antivirus. It's a big, big industry. Antivirus companies are there to sell antivirus. It's the only thing they're there to sell. So, of course, they're going to try to tell you that whatever they have is better than whatever else. Now, this video is not here to change your habit of the antivirus. If you have one and you like it and that's it, it's not, the idea here is not to change that necessarily. The idea here is to just make it clear the reality of it all. And I'll actually talk about a couple of things I hear all the time that just shows how people are not really knowledgeable about security. So, once again, just to say that security is you and not the antivirus. It's the first thing that you should know. You can run Windows without an antivirus and will not be infected if you're careful what you do. It's as simple as that. The antivirus in itself does nothing to protect you in a normal use when everything is up to date on your system. So all, your Windows is up to date to the latest security patches, your browser, the software you use. And if you're careful with what you do, the antivirus has nothing to block and has nothing to react to. That's the first thing you should know. If it had, it would be telling you. Have you noticed how your antivirus, if you're using Windows Security, doesn't say anything? It doesn't say anything, not because it doesn't work. It doesn't say anything because it does not encounter any problems or anything that could be a bad file or something that you clicked on or so on. And even that, you don't have to rely on that too much because every antivirus, whatever price you pay, whatever big gun security suite that you just purchased, they're all vulnerable. They all have flaws that some virus or some malware will go through, even if you have it. It doesn't matter. So that's where stop relying on that antivirus, because it is not what it's protecting you. It is not at all. It is not doing something magical. It is true that they're not all equal. Some definitely detect certain things better than others and so on. But, I never look at the antivirus tests. It's useless to do so. I never will purchase an antivirus. It's useless to do so. And the thing is once again, what you do, your own decisions on when you use your PC, going to the websites, doing or not illegal downloads and some stuff like that. And, just being careful how you treat your email and not clicking on things you don't know what it is. It's as simple as that. And that protects you 99.9%. The Windows updates and the update of the software blocks pretty much every type of malware that tries to infect, because most of them come from hackers that use security flaws in the software to try to bring that malware to you. The flaws are closed. Windows Update does that. And, the updates on the Google Chrome does that. You are safe. You are safe because they can't exploit any flaws to bring you malware. So when that is happening, the only way malware comes through your computer is because you did something. It does not, and never believe that it actually appears on its own. It's untrue. This is one of the biggest myths that is absolutely false. I did nothing and my computer's infected. You did something. It could be by not updating it. It could be simply because you clicked on something. It is untrue that a Windows machine left with its security patches online 24 hours a day gets a virus without any reason. Doesn't go that way. Doesn't work like that. The other thing also that antivirus solutions, and that's the sad part that I find, because they try to make you think they're working better than others by displaying messages. So you'll have one saying, oh, well, today I blocked 1,346 threats. And the problem with that is that they aren't blocking anything more than any other software or anything. There's nothing. What they call threats are often very, very, it might be, for example, if you don't have an ad blocker, it might be, oh, I blocked some ads, stuff like that. But the thing is none of what it blocked was going to infect your machine if you have a standard use. So if you see something like, oh, I blocked this from entering your PC, or this port, this request on this port is like, you don't have to know that. Yes, absolutely. When your computer's on the internet, you are being what we call pinged. There are requests coming in, and hundreds of them every day, to try to penetrate the defenses. Absolutely. But the only thing that a antivirus that tells you that does is tell you what you just don't know, but it's still happening. It ain't blocking it. It ain't not even the antivirus that blocks that. It's the firewall. And you already have a firewall. You have one in your router, which is the best. You have one in Windows, plus you have the Windows security. So you tend to rely on that, saying, oh, wow, this antivirus is amazing. It blocks things every day. It's not more amazing than anything else. It's just trying to, it's a cheap way and what I find dishonest way of trying to have you think your antivirus is better than whatever else. And relying on antivirus that have like in different module. Oh, this is the module for the network, and I'm going to add the module for email and the module for internet protection and browser protection, and it's completely useless. You're paying extra for things that are useless, that don't protect you in a standard use of a PC. In fact, it actually adds problems more than anything else most of the time, and it slows down your computer also. So, this is something you got to understand. A good antivirus doesn't tell you anything. You don't need to have a monthly report of, well, this month I've blocked this and I've did that, and now your PC is safe because of me. That is nonsense. It's simply nonsense because it didn't do anything. It just tells you, oh, this is all the things that I supposedly done, but I mean, there's nothing that's going to infect you in there. There's nothing bad in anything that is going to tell you that it did during the month. And it's useless to have that report because, once again, it's going to give you a sense of, oh, my antivirus is good. It's doing something. A good antivirus doesn't need to tell you anything. A good antivirus stays quiet. And it will alert you if it does detect something. But you know what? If it detects something, you did something wrong. It didn't do it on its own. Never think that. When I hear people on Mac saying, oh, well, that's normal. You got a Windows PC, full of viruses. It is such a nonsense and I find any Mac or any Apple user saying that very ignorant, and they just should not talk about what they don't know about. There's, in fact, today so many Apple viruses that it's crazy how dangerous even a Apple computer or a Mac computer can actually get infected if, once again, you don't follow the rules. I actually did fix and have to reinstall Mac OS on some Macs that were infected in the past. Shows you. And they all followed the same rules. If you're careful with your Windows PC, you will be safe, and Windows security is enough. And if you think that that is untrue, that's because you don't know what security is all about. The same is for the Mac. If you are on a Mac computer, well, you'll get malware if you do the same bad things that you would do on a Windows machine. It won't be better. You'll get malware, you'll get ransomware. Your Mac is not protecting you more than a Windows PC at all. That's something that is, a myth, basically. So it's just to put things straight. For the rest, believe what you want. And, if you don't believe what I say, that's your own thing. And if you have a third-party antivirus and you're happy with it, be happy. But remember one thing. When I hear somebody say, well, since I have this new antivirus, I don't have any viruses anymore. It's not the new antivirus that's protecting you. That's because before that antivirus, you did tons of things you should not have done, and you infected yourself. The antivirus is not the problem. You were the problem. And it's always like that. The user is number one problem when you get viruses. You just don't follow the simple rules. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.